Blog Talk Radio.
That's it for us tonight. I want to thank Oopsie, wrong one. Let's try that again.
Alternative facts.
The following message is transmitted at the request of the United States government. At 12:07 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, numerous unidentified objects of unknown intent and unknown origin were detected at high altitudes over multiple locations of Earth's outer space by the National Radio Astronomy Observatory, and these objects are presumed to be some form of controlled aircraft. It is not known if more of these aircraft will arrive, or if they will attempt entering Earth's atmosphere. United States citizens are encouraged to monitor local media outlets, as more updates will follow as information becomes available. The following message is transmitted at the request of the United States government. Attacks by the undead have been reported in several states across the country. The dead are rising from their graves and are attacking the human race. At this time, it's expected that more attacks of this nature will occur in several other states in the next few hours. The intent behind their attack is unknown at this time. He has been observed that a bike or exchange of fluids is a method of transmission. This is an extremely dangerous situation if they crave the taste of human flesh. It is not known whether this event will last for hours, days, or even longer. Stay calm, as authorities have been dispatched to deal with these creatures. An all-clear siren will be sounded when this situation is under control. Pacific Standard Time, nor is detected a long-range nuclear missile launching. This missile is believed to be headed in the direction of all residents within a 400-mile radius of this area should seek a fallout shelter immediately.
Welcome to Within the Chaos with your host, Rodney, the Viking Shortridge. I want to give a big old shout out to the Facebook paranormal groups that allow us to post our shows on their pages and helping us to get the word out about all of our guests. If anyone would like to speak to Black Diamond Paranormal Society, BDPS, to discuss your paranormal questions or issues, go to our website at blackdiamondps.org or email blackdiamondps@yahoo.com. As always, our services are free.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us tonight. You can listen in by calling 516-387-1922, or you can go to the Vibe Radio Network website at blogtalkradio.com/Vibe Radio Network. For deep within the heart of the Appalachian Mountains, I'd like to welcome everyone and thank you for listening to Within the Chaos. My name is Rodney Shortridge, and I'll be your host tonight. First off, I'd like to give a shout out to my cousins up in Ohio, Jennifer and Joe Shortridge of 222 Paranormal. You get a chance, check out their talk show. You can find them on Facebook under 222 Paranormal.
Have your devices just randomly stopped working? Are you having IT trouble? Not to worry, Mead's PC Repair Shop can help. We also offer IT support too, including website hosting. We are now also offering full event management services. To find out more, contact our friendly customer service team who will gladly help in any situation. Just call 276-880-8900, or if you prefer, you can stop by our shop at 1089 St. Clair Street, Oakwood, Virginia, 24631 by appointment only, or by visiting the website at meadspcshop.com for more information. Thank you.
And thank you. Well, tonight our special guests are Teresa Mays and Donnie Benton. Sorry, Donnie. It's been a long day. Please forgive me for that. They're a locally neighboring Kentucky couple appearing on the popular Moonshine show on Discovery Channel. Donnie Benton and Teresa Mays. I hope I got them right. Both of Lee County is part of a new cast for the 8th season of the Moonshiners Show. So, it's been a long day. Let's go ahead and get them on and hope they don't reach through here and smack me around because I messed up his name. Hey, y'all, are you there?
We're here. Rodney, you have a special guest, too. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you, yeah.
Okay. Well, you have a special guest tonight, too. Van Fields is here. He was also on the 8th season of the Moonshiner Show. He's up for the weekend. We've got a special ride we're going to do for a children's home, a benefit ride at one of our local off-road parks. So Van is here visiting, and he's going to sit in on the show with us tonight.
Well, hi, Van. How you doing?
I'm doing good, buddy.
Well, more the merrier. Well, look at this. Heck, yeah.
His lovely wife is here with us, too, Tammy.
Hey, Tammy. I'm not trying to be rude. I just can't see who and all's there, so if there's anybody else there, hey.
They said I had the perfect face for the radio.
That's the reason why everybody asks me. They're like, "Why do you do the radio instead of the video shows?" I'm like, "Have you all not seen my ugly mug?" Duh.
Yeah, we're in the dark, sitting on top of a mountain in lounge chairs.
That is the best way to do it. I'm sitting here with a Budweiser in my thong bikini underwear. Does that count?
Oh Lord.
Got my beer belly going on. Got my. I put that picture in your head, and y'all about ready to hang up on me, ain't you?
Yeah.
And it's like, screw this. What kind of damn show is this? No, well, since everybody's here, I guess y'all, tell us about yourself and, what started y'all on the path of making moonshine.
We'll let Donnie lead off. Go for it.
Oh, Lord. What was the question? What made you want to do this? Oh, well, my grandpa was how he raised his family. I want you to listen. Well, here's somebody over the hill.
Uh-oh. Better watch probably Popo.
But I always tried to get him to teach me how to make it, and he never would do it. He always told me he wasn't no good in it. I didn't need to know. And that just made me want to do it that much more.
That's right. Anybody tells you not to do it, you won't do it.
Right. That's the best way to get somebody to do something, tell them they can't. You'll
right.
do it for sure. But he never would show me anything. Of course, back when he was making it, that was like selling drugs nowadays, I guess. I mean, there's a really bad thing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, they put you in prison.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But But whenever I started making it, I went around to every old person I could find, anybody that ever had anything to do with whiskey, and I'd go talk to them. And you could learn a little bit here, a little bit there. And that's how I got started, and that was about 22 years ago or something like that.
Well, that's good. I go back where I'm from, they wouldn't teach me either. They're like, no, boy, you go to jail. Yeah. They're like, you too damn dumb to be doing this. You just go to jail. We can't have that on our conscience. So how about you, Teresa? How'd you get started?
Well, I've been dating Donnie for a few years, and I've watched him make it over the years and always been interested in learning myself. So when we were asked to be on the show, it was a perfect opportunity to try to learn the craft. So he's been teaching me, and it's been really interesting. I think we all have, someone in our past, in our history that made moonshine. My great-uncle and my step-grandpa made moonshine in the holler where I grew up. And it's just something interesting to learn about. Donnie takes a lot of pride in anything that he does, so I feel like I'm learning from the right person. I loved being a part of the show. It was a lot of fun to work with the film crews, and we just had a good time.
Well, Van, since you're there, since Van's there, how did he get started? I'll just make a trio out of this.
Well,
it's
your turn, Van.
Oh, me?
Yep. Well, I'm adding you into this.
I actually was born and raised through it all. I think my first trip to the liquor still, I was about 9 years old, and my granddaddy had sent for us and scared me to death. And we got there, and he was sitting on a stump right next to the still, and he goes, I think it's about time y'all boys figure out what's going on around here. So we would get up early in the mornings just like they would, 3 or 4 o'clock in the mornings, and sit there and watch them work. And they would give us a gallon of liquor each time we would go with them to run, and we would sell that, and that would be our little spending money. And I just fell in love with it, and I've been doing it 41 years now.
I know. Well, how did they? I don't know if you can answer this question or not, but a lot of the questions I have tonight are questions that people sent me when they seen that y'all were going to be on the show. And one of them was, like I said, I don't know if you can answer it, no, but what got you all? What got you on the show? Did they come to you, or did y'all go to them, or how did that work out? If you could talk about it.
Well, we actually had a friend that gave them our name, and they called us. First time he called, I thought it was a joke. I was like, yeah, right, I did, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, they done me the same way. And actually, when they showed up, I was already in the woods, and I had a 44 Magnum sitting next to me, and I knew he was coming, but I kind of scared him a little bit. But yeah, they got our names and started checking in, and finally they found out that Donnie was the real deal, and I was the real deal, and we kind of hit it off and made it on TV.
Yeah, they say if you ask somebody if they're the law, they have to tell you. So when they showed up, first thing I said, y'all not with the law, are you? They thought that was funny as hell. They laughed.
They did a few Skype interviews, too, though, before they actually showed up. We Skype interviewed twice with them, and then they decided they were going to come for a visit, so they flew in from New York and spent the weekend here in Kentucky and seemed to enjoy it and like the scenery.
Well, that's awesome. That's awesome. So are y'all going to be on the next season, or is this just a one-time deal, or?
We're not allowed to answer that.
Okay. Well, if there's something I ask and you're not allowed to, just tell me straight up. I'm cool with that.
That's about the only thing we can ask.
Well, one person they sent me, which I know the answer to this, but I'm gonna let you all answer. You know, they ask, "What is moonshine exactly?"
It's untaxed and unaged whiskey.
That's exactly right.
You can get some moonshine in the store. Oh, I didn't say that, did I?
That's all right. Well, when did y'all? I know, Van. You said you went up there when you was 9 years old. But when was the first time, Donnie and Teresa? When's the first time you all ever tasted any moonshine?
Oh Lord, I tasted it when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
There used to be an old man made it across the river down here, and me and Dad would be getting in a boat and paddle across the river, and he'd go over and buy it from an old man. I was real little, but I remember it.
I'm pretty sure I was a teenager. My great uncle would always try to get us to drink a little when he made it. But I was a teenager.
I got drunk on it one time when I was real young, and Mom didn't know that. Well, I told her I was drunk. She didn't believe me.
I think I passed out the first time I was about 9 or 10 years old. We sampled all the jugs while my granddaddy and my dad had their back turned to us, and me and my brother made some straws out of some swamp cane, and we was just kind of sampling out each jug. Next thing you know, both of us curled up next to the Jeep, passed out.
Damn.
I always wake up on the roof naked.
Naked? You sound like my son. I always get a phone call from somebody going, "Your son's in my bushes again, naked and passed out." I'm like, just put a blanket on him. He'll be all right.
How do you think we're getting good telephone reception right now?
Probably got you got tinfoil on it or something.
No. Donnie's naked.
He's drawn in the waves. That's how you do it. That's a metallical man there. Well, why is moonshine? Huh?
Don't look, Ethel.
Oh. Well, why is moonshine so important to you and y'all's families?
Well, it's a dying art for one thing, and it's something that I like to keep going. I'm sure Van feels the same way about it.
Yep.
But once you do it, you can't quit. I mean, you might go a few months without doing it, but I guarantee you'll do it again.
Yeah, it's something that you want to keep doing. You're proud of. That's the way you was born and raised, and you want to pass it on so it don't die, and that's what makes you feel good about it.
You know. Plus, they tell you it's against the law to do it, and that makes you want to do it that much more.
That's right. Somebody telling you not to do it, you want to do it.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Donnie lives on the edge.
Don't we all? Dang.
We were on a talk show a couple of weekends ago, and they let me use a paper plate because they did live feed where they could see our faces too. So they told me if they ever asked a question that I wasn't comfortable answering, I could use this paper plate and cover up my face. It had a little face drawn on it.
It's funny.
I did use it a couple of times. They asked a few questions about, the legal and illegal stuff. So, but I also hit Donnie with that paper plate during the talk show for some of the way he answered some of those questions. So I should have brought my paper plate with me tonight.
They was worrying about embarrassing us, and they actually used the paper plate a couple of times.
Hey, I'm originally from down there in Buchanan County, down there in Virginia, close to Pikeville in that area. So ain't gonna embarrass me too much. I'm just I used to run around some of you Kentucky boys back in the day. Woo-wee. What since you all been on TV, do you all have a hard time hiding from the law? Like it seems like the rest of them have been having a hard time.
Well, actually, we have actually, yeah.
I know. They was talking about that. They're like, "Yep, since we've been on the show, hell, it's harder to hide."
Yeah, that just kind of led them right to us.
You learn to be a little more careful.
Yeah.
And a little more cautious.
That's good. I'd hate to read in the paper, y'all up there in jail with tickle, shit, damn. He always gives himself in a pickle. Well, seeing back in the day that, shining was normally, male-dominant business, how has it changed today with, with more women getting involved? Does it seem like it's, it's better to have that woman's touch to it, or I know, how it was about when I was growing up, nobody didn't want a woman in the mines or nothing like that, but y'all don't think like that now.
Well, they used to say it was bad luck to have a woman around the moonshine still.
That's right.
But they're awful good at making flavored moonshine, so it comes in handy.
Yeah.
And we'll give a shout out to our friend Tiffany Sparks, Lady Outlaw, who's the first lady in West Virginia to have a legal label of moonshine.
That's right. Yep.
We're awful proud of her.
Yeah, I had Tiffany on the show a few weeks ago, and she's been hanging around some of my friends in the paranormal field, and she said they about to scare her to death.
Well, we thought she's been spending some nights in some haunted houses, so maybe we'll get to go do that with her one time.
That'd be great. Heck, if y'all ever want to go with me, we'll go.
Shoot you.
But I'll tell you what, we go ghost hunting, and, nothing's really happening stuff. And next thing you know, half of them's half naked or passed out or something. I'm like, what the hell happened? It's like, what the
hell yeah, I want to go on that trip.
I ain't never seen a naked
Where's my
ghost.
paper plate?
I ain't never seen a naked ghost.
Well, yeah, I've seen some shit that I'm like, damn, and got it on video. I'll tell you what, I'll tell you, I don't mean to take up your time, but I'll tell you a little quick story since y'all having a good time about this. We was in the cemetery, and I went to the tent to watch the monitors because we had cameras all out in the cemetery and stuff. All of a sudden, I seen the camera moving, and I'm like, what the fuck? And next thing I know, I see this ball sack hanging, dangling in front of the camera, and I just hollered out. I'm like, Lord God, I see balls. And it's like it woke up the whole town at 2:00 in the morning, and and the guy that done it, he was laughing his ass off.
Yeah, Lord.
So you got teabag.
Yeah, my camera got teabagged, and I did too. That's terrible. That's terrible. I told him, I said, you cleaning that damn thing, I ain't touching it.
Be able to zoom in on that.
Well, okay, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get off topic there. Sorry.
Oh, we
goes to the
yeah, help me do that. You eat my drink.
Well, I know on the show a lot of the guys talk about the heritage of moonshining. I had a guy ask me that. What does that mean to you all, the heritage of moonshining? Passing it on, or what?
Yeah, just keeping it alive, keeping it going.
Yep.
Passing it on to the next generation.
Yep.
It's a dying art.
I think it's pretty interesting, too. I mean, Kentucky's known for bourbon, and what most people don't know is bourbon is aged moonshine, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
Yeah, made the same way. The barrel's what changes it.
Yeah. And that was something interesting for me to learn about.
Yep.
That's cool. Well, what does it take to, say, I know you're talking about passing it on, the knowledge and history, but what does it take for someone to become a moonshiner? Because, I do know that a lot of shiners are really, they don't really want to talk to people they don't know real well.
Right.
Well, one thing you're not going to learn overnight, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And you can always learn something from somebody.
Yeah.
No, even if it's the wrong way to do something, you can always learn something.
you got to have the want to, and you got to have the passion for it.
And you just got to keep experimenting.
Right. And me being the newcomer and new to it, you think that moonshine is moonshine. Clear liquor is clear liquor. But it can be different. It tastes different. Everyone's got a different recipe. It's different grain. It's different amount of this kind of grain or that kind of grain or corn or whatever.
There's a million different ways.
Exactly. So it all can be a different proof, a different taste, a different recipe. And that's what makes it interesting too, is it's not all the same.
That's right.
Well, with what you all put out, what's the difference between yours and someone, let's say, like Tim or any other guys, Mark and him?
What's the difference?
Yeah, your flavor, or I know you all have a recipe, and I know you don't discuss your recipe, but what you can talk about. Yours ain't water, is it?
Did I say that?
No, I did.
Do you have a bleeper? Can you bleep some of this out?
Yeah.
Ours is real, ain't it?
Right, ours is real. It's not fake. Oh, did I say that?
No, you didn't say that.
What's funny about that? I went to North Carolina a couple of years ago, meet up with Lance and them, and he gave me a drink, and I'm like, "Is this what y'all brag about down here?" I said, "You need to come to Virginia."
I'm
like,
more known for the quality and the smoothness, and whenever I tell them it's cut down to 100 proof, I said, no, it ain't. It can't taste like that. Well, yeah, it does if you really know what you're doing.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, I know a lot. I know a lot of NASCAR got started by folks running Shine back in the day. Do you all have any family of those original guys that started up NASCAR?
I don't.
I don't either. I know some guys that used to haul it, but and I used to race a dirt track car too. But there's not anybody that I'm related to that hauled it that's still around that I know of.
Okay. Well, has anyone in your family or friends that you know of been caught and went to jail for making moonshine?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Everybody in my family's been caught, except for me. Knock on wood or whatever. My grandfather served time in Tallahassee prison, and they asked him, well, "What are you gonna do when you get out?" He goes, "I'm gonna make you some more liquor." So, yeah, I've been close to getting caught, but I've been real lucky.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, my grandpa, when he got caught, his own brother turned him in.
That don't surprise me.
They used to give you $25 to turn somebody in.
Mm-hmm.
There was a guy told me a story here a while back. He's a preacher, but his mom owned a grocery store up the road here, and she bought a pair of binoculars, and she would watch for smoke and go and turn them in. And after they got arrested, she'd go to their house and say, well, who would do such a thing, you know? And she would turn them in.
She's building herself up.
Yeah. So people would do anything for money.
Was it some of your relatives, the story about the woman that poured the moonshine on the revenue's head?
Well, no, they lived down the road here. They come and they was tipping a bunch of whiskey there on the floor in a drum. And the revenue knocked on the front door, and she went to the back door, and it was real high off the ground, and dumped it out the back door, and dumped it right on top of the revenue's head.
How long ago that been? I wonder what year that was.
I don't know what year it was, but he went to jail over it.
I would imagine so.
There you go.
Tell about, was it your grandma that was pregnant, and they hid the...
Oh, yeah, they come to raise my grandpa one time, and the old beds had those springs in them. They wasn't covered. They were the springs. They had that whiskey down in them springs, and she was laying in that bed, you know, pregnant. And they checked the whole house where she was laying there because she was about ready to have that baby. And they didn't catch it that time.
Wow.
They were creative things, weren't they?
Yeah, yeah. They didn't want to go to jail.
You don't want to go to jail. You can be real creative real quick.
Right.
I know my papa, he used to make it up on top of the hill. When I was a kid, I'd go squirrel hunting. I could see where he still had it, you know, where everything was all rusted and falling apart. But I'd go back and ask Daddy. I said, did Papa used to make steel? Make moonshine? He's like, yeah, he did. I'm like, well, why don't he still make it? He's like, well, that's a long story, boy. He never told me why. I think that Papa got caught.
Right.
Well,
raptors, they stay in the woods for 2 or 3 weeks at a time to catch somebody. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Shit, back in my day growing up, you go hunting and you have a damn game warden in the middle of nowhere, and you're like, where the hell did you come from? And
yeah.
Right.
And he's like, well, what are you doing here? I'm squirrel hunting. Dang. Well, can y'all explain to everyone, you know, what it means, the proof of the shine y'all produce, and why is the proof of the shine so important in making the product, and how can you tell, you know, the proof, especially when it's in a mason jar and y'all, you know, when you shake it up?
Well, if you're doing it that way, if you shake it, if it's 100 proof, it'll make a little bridge from one side to the other.
Right.
That's the best way to tell without using a hydrometer.
And the beads will be about the size of a BB.
Yeah.
They'll be kind of small. And the bigger the beads are, the higher the proof is.
And the faster it'll go away.
Right.
Oh, okay. So the higher the proof, the smaller the bubbles, and the slower it dissipates.
No.
Okay.
No.
The
higher
proof.
Yeah.
The higher the proof, the bigger the beads are, and they disappear quicker.
Oh.
The lower the proof, the beads are smaller, and it stays up there longer.
Okay. See, look at that, man. So I suck at making fucking shine. I just have to be like I was when I was a kid with my daddy and uncles, you know, just hand me tools and just be the grunt. Yeah. Go do this, go do that. Yeah, right. See, I told you I was too dumb.
You're not
well,
from Tennessee,
are you? No, I'm not from Tennessee. Hell no.
Let's say that.
Came from Cotton County.
Yeah, Cotton County.
I admit I'm from Kentucky or Virginia and North Carolina before I admit I'm from Tennessee. Good Lord.
Right. That's what I was saying.
My boys down there are a little dumber than I am.
Yeah, but at least you have a radio show.
Apparently, ain't too damn dumb.
Right.
Well, you mentioned a hydrometer. What's a hydrometer?
Hydrometer.
See,
It tells
I
proof
ain't
of
there
whiskey.
all.
Yeah, that's for people that, or some folks that don't read the bead, or if they want to be exact, it'll tell you what the proof is. The hell is that?
Right.
The damn muffin.
It's starting to rain here.
We're sitting outside, and it is starting to pour the rain.
Do I need to wait till y'all go inside?
It's like damn Cookie Monster.
I wish you could see this.
It looks like you're interviewing Sesame Street.
Hey.
All right. Minnie Mouse line.
There you go. I'd rather get wet.
That damn thing ain't got a handle on it.
I wish you could see this because my little grandbaby has these umbrellas in my car, and one of them
Hey, Donnie.
Hey, Lord.
looks like a frog's head.
I feel like.
Oh my God.
And one of them's Minnie Mouse. Well, Van's got the Minnie Mouse one over here.
Lord.
Oh my God. Like what is it? Go.
It's one of them wet rains.
So y'all dry, somewhere dry, or y'all still sitting out in the rain?
We're still sitting in the rain. We ain't got no sense to get out of the rain.
Okay. You sure y'all ain't from Tennessee?
We'll do it anyway.
Well, I guess Donnie should explain to you why we're actually up here away from the cabin. I mean,
we had to come up here to get cell phone service.
Don't feel bad.
that's a true story.
Yeah, we are actually sitting on top of a mountain to get cell phone service.
Hey, I believe you. I used to work in Prestonsburg, Kentucky, so hey, I know. Yeah, I know.
Do you know anybody from Prestonsburg?
Yeah, a boss I had that I couldn't stand. His name was John. I can't remember his last name, but if I ever see him, I'd run over him.
I don't know any Johns from Prestonsburg.
He's not a nice man at all. he's an asshole. Okay, what's the different flavors that you all make?
Oh Lord.
Oh,
Strawberry, apple pie, lemonade, peach.
We make raspberry, blueberry, orange dreamsicle. Make all kind of different things.
Lemonade, that's become one of my favorites.
And no, I didn't come up with none of those. My wife did.
I know the women up here, boy, they like all them different flavors. I never had that creamsicle. I think that's a good one.
Yeah. It's the loving kind. They like it.
Yeah, we call it a dropper.
Make the clothes come off.
Well, what type of equipment? What type of equipment do y'all use? To make you shine?
Mine is solid copper from front to back.
So you don't use none of you use. Neither one of you use stainless steel or nothing like that either.
I do have one, but I normally don't use it.
Right.
Does it make the flavor different if you use stainless compared to copper?
Oh yeah.
It sure does. Your copper takes your impurities out and your unwanted flavors, and that copper is just magic. and that's just what we like.
Okay. Well, we asked that question.
We need a picture of this. We could win $10,000 right now if they had this on video.
Well, which flavor is your best seller?
I would say apple pie is because it's called the name. That's what people mostly ask for.
What do you think, Tammy?
Our best seller is raspberry.
Raspberry is a real good.
Yeah, now y'all just sell around there locally, or y'all stretched out further than just right there in Kentucky?
I just sell jars, whatever's in it, they can have for free. Hey, I got a mouse. It's got pins in it everywhere it's been. And you'd be surprised at the places it's been to. It's been to Russia, Turkey, France, Canada, Mexico, and all over the United States. Yeah.
Wow. Dang. See, that's something they don't. That's something they don't say about that on the show. That y'all's products stretched all over the world.
No, that's one thing they haven't done, and I don't understand that.
I wonder. I don't mean to jump off topic, but that makes me wonder why. Because that would be something to brag about for our areas, and y'all's area.
Hey, hang on just a second.
Okay.
We're gonna have to get the car.
Okay.
Hang on. Woo! That's one of them wet rains.
One of them wet rains. That's like saying one of them cold snows.
Right. Yeah. Well, there's a dry snow and a wet snow.
That's it. Just let me know when y'all ready.
Well, I'm in the car. The rest of them not got in here yet.
Okay.
I got no sense to get in out of the rain.
They're all sitting out there debating. They got some Tennesseans. That's what it is.
Right. They beat Tennessee one too many times.
That's it. Well, can you tell us, where the strangest location that y'all set up?
The strangest?
Yeah. Have you ever been on one of the locations that was real strange?
I tell you where I made it for years at, right in the middle of town. That was the best place in the world. They never suspected it at all.
Yeah, that's one thing. That's one thing I learned. That you do it right up underneath their nose, they'll never see it.
Right, that's the best way to do it.
But the problem is, cops around here, man, I don't know what it is with them, but I don't know who's supplying them with their shine, but they don't really fool people too much up here about making shine.
Well, they normally won't bother you unless you're doing something else you're not supposed to be doing, selling drugs or something.
Yeah.
But they normally don't bother you.
Yeah, I know our sheriff up here. And we do. We have a bad drug problem, and he's been. I know the other day they had a morning wake up. 116 people they rounded up for drugs, so they had a busy morning.
Yeah, I know. They got a guy from making moonshine here last year, but that wasn't what they went there for. They went there arresting for some stolen trucks or something, and he was sitting there running moonshine when they showed up. So they got him for that too.
Well, somebody had a bad day.
Yeah. There was another guy that got caught last year, next county over. But him and his girlfriend or wife, whatever, got in a fight, an argument, and she called the law on him.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Daggone. I'm going to tell on you.
You right? I'll show you.
Well, does moonshine need to be, refrigerated, or does it have a, an expiration date or anything like that?
There's only two things in the world that never goes bad, and that's honey and moonshine.
Oh.
Boy, I thought you was going somewhere else.
Now, if it's flavored moonshine, it will go bad because the proof's not high enough to keep it from going bad.
How long does flavor last then?
If it don't have no preservatives or anything in it, I wouldn't drink it after a month or two.
Usually most of the flavors that we make don't last from Friday to Sunday.
Right.
Oh. Well,
But,
most times they don't last
the
that
legal
long.
distillery, they put preservatives in it where it won't go bad.
Uh-huh.
And that's what's killing everybody. Preservatives is.
Yeah.
Van was on the Moonshiners Show, but he also has another documentary called Living Proof. He might want to tell you a little bit about that.
Oh, yeah.
Well, thanks, Teresa, for
Thanks, Teresa, for putting me on a damn spot.
Living Proof started about 3 years ago. A friend of mine named Bo Cumberland was doing a documentary on moonshine and the Appalachian life. And whenever he got a hold of me, he said, you've got so much knowledge and background in history. He said, I'm not going anywhere else or traveling to interview anybody. I'm doing it all on you. So we done this film called Living Proof, and it tells the story about the accident I had back in 2003. I had a batch of moonshine to catch on fire and set my clothes on fire. And we made that movie because of the moonshine craze now. Everybody reading books and going on YouTube and think that they can make liquor, and it's really dangerous and can hurt somebody. So we put that documentary out there to try to show people the dangers of what's really out there and what could really happen to you.
Oh, okay. So that's made for people like me, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And Tennessee people. And you Tennessee people that's listening, I'm sorry. The truth is the truth. Just deal with it.
Right.
Well,
actually, we come up here to Donnie's place a couple of years ago and done another film called Living Proof XX, and actually filmed where Donnie and Teresa done their show inside that cave, and it was really something special. And all the friends got together, and we just had a great time doing it.
That's awesome. Well, speaking of that, with being dangerous, why is it so important to throw away the first amount of the shine that's produced, and how much do you throw away?
And make you go blind. It's actually methanol, and it boils at a different temperature. It comes off first.
Right. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people don't understand that. You really have to get rid of that. It's just bad stuff. You can more or less use it to clean car parts with.
Well, is there any other uses, for moonshine other than just drinking it?
Yeah. My grandmother made the world's best cough syrup. I mean, it's better than anything on the shelf. Well, whenever you got sick, she mixed a little peppermint, honey, and lemon juice, and it works great. And they also made medicines out of it if you had a bee sting or got cut or something like that. Moonshine had a lot of medical purposes.
Toothaches, everything else. They use it for everything.
Yeah, drunk.
They give it to kids or they go to sleep.
Yeah. I'm not sick. Yes, you are.
Here, put this in your mouth, Tommy, in that bottle. I guarantee it to you, time Daddy drives down to the end of the holler, you'll be all right. You'll sleep good.
Feel the thing.
Won't feel a thing. You'll wake up in the morning feeling great.
You're right. That's one thing about good moonshine. It will not make you sick.
Yep.
And it don't get headache.
You will wake up feeling better the next day.
Mm-hmm.
You can get drunk on beer and red whiskey and think you're going to die the next day and swear you never do it again.
Until the next day.
Right. but moonshine will not make you sick. If you drink it too fast or mix it with beer or something else, it can make you sick. But if you just drink it, it will not make you sick.
Mm-hmm. Well, what's the purpose of placing it in mason jars?
Well, I never put it in plastic, and I'm sure man don't either.
No.
It will actually it will eat the plastic up, actually. You can set it in the sun, and it'll turn black. People that put it in plastic, they don't know what they're doing.
Oh, poor Tennessee.
That's in Tennessee.
Tennessee, yeah.
I've had to throw North Carolina into that one, too.
A man from North Carolina.
Yeah, I am.
I'm sorry, but I mean, there's some parts of North Carolina, man. Yeah, come on, you got to admit they were real close to Tennessee.
I ain't gonna say.
Hey, I took it like a man when you're talking shit about Virginia boy. So hey, I can take it.
Right.
There's good and bad everywhere you go.
Yeah.
That's true. I used to drive truck all across country, and oh Lord, some of the people I meet. Oh my God.
Yeah, I talked to a fella earlier today, and he said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm going to Kentucky." He said, "Well, I ain't going because I got too many teeth."
Daggone. That's terrible. Now you're making me feel self-conscious. I'm going to go put my teeth in, damn it. Well, I've heard that back in the day, mason jars with the number 13 on them were, destroyed or buried. Have y'all heard this? And is that still a common practice today?
Well, they considered it bad luck, number 13.
Mm-hmm.
But I think people around here were so poor they would use them anyway. I don't think they would break them. But they are hard to find.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And they actually made the lid they were numbered also.
Mm-hmm.
They would have a 13 on it. I've got one actually.
Okay.
But I think it'll be anywhere from $50 to $150.
Oh yeah, and I know in blue mason jars are. A lot of people like to collect them. I got some of them myself. I got them from my grandparents.
Right.
Well, where you all buy so much stuff, I'm pretty sure probably in bulk, like, your sugars and jars and stuff like that. Do they just know what you're doing, or do they question it, or do you,
I think people say stuff, but I just tell them I got a sweet tooth and go on.
Yeah. Yeah, I tell them I'm making cakes or
making some sugar scrubs.
Mom's making something for church.
Yeah, she probably was.
Oh, Lord.
Mama's got one hell of a bake coming up, y'all. You better watch out.
Yeah, it's for the school.
Well, how do y'all determine the price, of your moonshine? What's it based on, flavors, supply and demand, competition, what?
Well, I just set a price and whatever, they buy it, fine. If they don't, fine. That's what I do. And yeah, I mean, there's people that around here they'll sell it for $25 or $30 a gallon, and they're crazy as hell.
Yeah,
you can't drink it either.
No, I've learned if you sold it for $25 or $30 a gallon, they wouldn't buy it because they think something was wrong with it. They would rather buy a gallon of liquor that costs $80 to $100, and they would think that's quality stuff. And I guess it kind of makes sense.
Most moonshine sell on the shelf for what? $30 a quart?
Yep.
Well, I've seen $15 to $30 on legal sale.
Yeah.
Well, what's the difference between legal and illegal moonshine?
Taxes.
Yeah, taxes for one thing. And the other thing is they don't use good water. And that's one reason it don't taste so good.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing that Donnie's got and I've got is good mountain water coming straight out of these rocks. And that's really something special that adds to the flavor of the moonshine.
Okay. Well, do you all have any, other moonshiners around you all have any kind of rivalry going on?
All of them that I know around, we get along good and help each other.
Yeah, that's the way it is where I'm at. Everybody knows everybody, and we try to get along and help each other if we can.
Okay. Well, I know a lot of the old timers. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That's only in Tennessee.
Right. It's not like Tennessee.
I'm not going to have a Tennessee listener ever again.
We're good friends with all of them down there. We're just giving them a hard time. They do us the same way.
That's all right. I do too. Yeah, I'm just picking with them too, because they're so easy to get, man. They are.
Yeah.
Well, I know a lot of the old timers. They used to use dogs and stuff to alert them about intruders, and especially the police. Do you all use anything like that? Any type of surveillance equipment or any alarm systems?
We put up cameras, trail cameras.
Yep.
And of course, I have tied, string across the trail too, to check and see if anybody been through there.
Didn't your granddaddy do that?
Yeah.
Mine too.
Yeah. We actually done that on the show, but it didn't show it. But you could put it there, and actually you couldn't see it at all.
No.
Right after you put it there.
We used to use brown thread.
Yeah. But he would always set something on the mash barrel too, a rock or a quarter or something like that. And if he was coming in, if he could look and see that it's been moved, he would just turn and just keep on walking, because he knows somebody's been there.
Yeah.
$20 bill.
Yeah. But they had all kinds of tricks that they would do.
Well, have y'all caught anything, like strange on your trail cameras, other than somebody walking by or any type of animal, but anything that you're like, what the hell is that?
Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Bigfoot is real.
You seen one too, huh?
Yeah. And it wasn't in Tennessee.
No. You see it there in Kentucky?
Yeah.
Dang. Well, how's the law enforcement, stepping up their game, to catch you all?
Where I'm from, I don't think they worry about moonshiners too much. What they're worried about is hard drugs, meth, and heroin and things like that. They kind of leave the old timers and moonshiners out of it because we really don't harm nobody. It's the hard stuff out there just killing people.
Yeah, that's true.
And I never would sell to teenagers or anything like that.
No.
I've had some of my buddies, kids come and want something. I never would sell it to them.
Mm-hmm. Well, if law enforcement was to catch you all, what kind of charges would you all be looking at?
Well, I think the first time they catch you, it's not that bad. It's a little fine, I think.
Yeah.
But the second time, they really, they get you good the second time.
Okay. Well, what does it take? I know I mentioned this earlier, but what does it take to, to get someone, into your little circle and to learn from you all? I mean, does it take a lot of time to build up a trust or something like that?
Well, that's the main thing.
It takes trust. You have to see what your character's like, what your personality's like, who you talk to, who you hang around, and just make sure that you're a true person that really wants to learn something.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
And you might share like how we all met too. Is we would travel to the different moonshine festivals like the Hillbilly Jam and the Popcorn Setting Jam, and I guess the first time we met was at Dalton Distillery in Dalton, Georgia, for a Stillbilly Wars competition. You might tell them about that.
Yep.
Okay.
You started.
Okay, so they were doing a casting call for people who could make moonshine stills. They wanted them to make a pot in a competition, and what?
A can's what they call it.
Yeah.
They called it a can.
And actually, Donnie was up on stage building his can, and I was one of the judges. And there were three guys up there. Two of them were real nervous and fidgety and this and that. And Donnie's full-fledged, in overalls. I mean, he's not even, his whole body's not moving. It's just his hands. He was just as calm as he could be. And I looked at the other judge. I said, that guy right there knows his crap. I said, he is somebody. And we've been friends ever since.
Ever since then.
And that's just how we meet people. And I don't know. It's a strange thing. Once you see people doing stuff like that, you kind of figure out that they are really who they are, and instead of somebody talking junk and just wants to tag along and hang out.
Mm-hmm. Well, that makes a lot of sense.
And Donnie Benton's one of them, I can tell you that.
Wow. That was awesome.
I don't remember what year that was. It's been several years ago.
Yeah. In what, 4 or 5 years?
At least that.
More?
Yeah.
Man, we getting old.
He's getting old, right away.
There's my paper plate. I need to hit him again.
Well, does the camera crew, cause y'all any trouble, while they're filming, you all in the woods?
No, every film crew we worked with was extremely nice
Yeah.
and patient. And Donnie has these hangry issues. If he don't eat every 3 hours, he gets real hangry. I mean, real hangry. So I warned the film crews every time they'd come, and a few times they would film a little bit longer than 3 hours without letting him eat, and he'd get a little hateful, but we fed him, and everything would get all right.
And the film crew I had was very nice, very helpful, and just super nice guys. I don't have anything bad to say about any of them. Just great people.
That's
One of them
awesome.
fell off the cliff and scared me to death. I made another inch, he'd been dead.
Oh.
So part of their job is to get the good shot, and, they do what they have to try to get all the good shots and the good footage, and
But he would have been dead.
they take chances.
Well, ain't no need dying for that shot.
He almost died. Another inch, he's been dead.
I bet he's like, oh, look behind me before I take a step again.
What he done, he went over and he went to sit down and he slipped and he took off sliding. And he stopped right at the edge.
Oh, man.
I was right up behind him. I about had a heart attack.
If you remember watching us on the show, it was the cliff edge where Donnie threw that hose over to me. If you remember the episode of the show, if anybody had watched it. It was right at the edge of the cliff where Donnie threw that red hose over to me. So it was real high up.
Yeah, y'all got some steep cliffs down in that area. Whew.
That was one about 70, 80 feet.
Well, where we live has become one of the most popular rock climbing areas in the world, especially in the United States for sure.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of rocks and cliffs.
Well, that's awesome. Well, here's a question somebody sent me. What's the difference of what we see on TV and what's coming out of the still? Is it water or is it really moonshine?
Every time they came, we run the real stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of people out there that think we don't do nothing. We're just out there playing. But I tell you what, we filmed for 12, 14 hours each day, and it was some of the hardest work I've ever done.
Oh, yeah. I think I lost 5 pounds every time it came.
And I did keep up. I may be a woman, but I kept up.
I gained it back this winter, but I lost it last summer.
Dang.
I know there was a few out there that made a little issue about my tank top that I wore on the show, but my biggest comment about that would be is we worked hard. I mean, when I left the cabin in the morning before we went to film, it was all, everything was all in place and everything was fine and good. But you work hard all day climbing up and down a cliff, and sometimes you have a few little wardrobe malfunctions and things get out of place. But
Where's that place, Donnie?
Yeah. I'm going to wear a tank top next year.
I just think it's admirable when a woman wears a tank top in the woods because something's always going to get rearranged.
I'm going to wear one next year.
I am too.
I always do. I'm beat y'all. You should see me when I'm out here working in my garden and stuff. People driving by going, "What is wrong with that boy? His boobs hanging out." I'm like, and waving at him. And then he'll try to call me up. He'll be like, "Rod, your boobs hanging out." And I'm like, "Well, what you doing looking?" Like, my boobies are what? My man tit.
Yeah.
Oh.
I hate when that happens.
Smoke around and get your nipple all sunburnt. Oh, Lord, that's terrible. Well, what y'all look for your best still sites?
Well, you got to have water and shelter if you can find it.
I always look for good cover, something that is evergreen, that stays green year round, good and level place. And like Donnie said, if you don't have good water, you don't have anything.
Well, do y'all ever get fussed at for being on somebody's property?
No.
I can't think of time.
Okay. Well, how long does it normally take y'all to set up, a site?
It depends on where it's at, for one thing.
It would usually take me 3 or 4 days to get things right how I really want it.
Well, what about when y'all, from start to finish, how long does that normally take? From time y'all start firing to the time you're ready to take it off the mountain?
Well, once you make your mash, it depends on the temperature, but it normally takes a week for it to work off. But I think it work off in 2 or 3 days, if it's real warm. But on average, it takes, 6 or 7 days. Then it normally takes, 6 hours to run it.
Yeah.
Well, do y'all run any in the winter? Because I noticed that they don't really show, I've not really heard anybody that really runs any in the wintertime.
It depends on if you got a place to do it inside. Because if your mash gets cold, it won't work.
Mm-hmm.
It'll go dormant. And you can't get it to come back alive. I never could once it quit.
Right. That's true.
Well, can you explain the mash, for people who don't know exactly what you're talking about?
Well, the mash is what you mix up. It depends on if you're using corn or rye or fruit or whatever. It depends on what your kind of type of whiskey you're making. Anything that a ferment, you can make mash with. Sugar and water and whatever you want to use.
Okay. Well, what's the funniest story that you could tell us about, either y'all and your family making moonshine, or a story, or a funny story that y'all heard about somebody in the business?
Oh, Lord.
I had to go to the bathroom one time and I shit on a rabbit.
Well, did you use it to wipe your ass too?
No.
At least it's been soft.
Shot out between my legs.
Maybe you need to borrow my plate.
Don't worry, Teresa. This question's for you too.
Oh, Lordy.
Be like sitting there going, where'd that extra fuzzy ball come from? Damn.
Well, I found out the answer to that old question. Do you have a problem with shit sticking to your fur?
Yeah.
That thing shot between my legs doing 70 miles an hour, and I didn't shit for 4 days.
Automatic clapper.
That's the quickest turd shot out between your legs ever done. Damn. I've been like, did y'all see that? That shit 70 miles an hour, and it's the quick you can't even see it. Y'all think about that. Shit and getting it. Right.
That thing looks just like a rabbit.
I don't think that rabbit was dead when I ate it. Damn.
Lord.
So
okay.
You have to
Who's next?
always look around and make sure there's nothing there.
You have to go and get a snake bit next time.
Oh no. I don't do belly crawlers, man.
Teresa's dad got bit by a copperhead last year.
Oh shit.
Yeah, he was in the hospital for 3 or 4 days and come home and he'd go back to the hospital.
Yeah, y'all killed what? 19?
I think they killed about 30 last year in Mom and Dad's yard.
Wow.
Which was not very far Well, how far was it from where we filmed?
It wasn't
Not
even
far.
no. I
There
kept
you
telling
go.
everybody, watch your snakes, watch your snakes, watch your snakes.
I bet they'll be bad this year with as much rain we've been having.
Yeah. It's raining right now.
It's raining now.
Well, we'll be getting it soon then. Yeah, 'cause I'm not that far from y'all. I live about, I don't know if y'all know where Tazewell, Virginia is, but probably about 2 hours, 3 hours from y'all.
Yeah, a couple hours, yeah.
Yeah.
We're 3 counties from West Virginia, 3 counties from Virginia, and 3 counties from Tennessee.
Oh, y'all right smack in the belly button of Kentucky.
Yeah. We're dead center of the Danny Boone National Forest.
Oh, cool. Well, next question is big corporations hurting the moonshine business, or is it helping?
Well, I don't know for sure about that. I mean, if anybody tries something that they make, then try something that we make, it's good.
Yeah,
it's good for our business, but
I've tasted a whole lot of alcohol that you can buy in the liquor store, and I don't understand why people drink it. I don't understand how they like it. So I guess if they think that's what moonshine is, and everybody's went nuts with this new generation, I actually think it's kind of helps them.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest with you.
Well, what about your thoughts on distilleries then? I mean, you think it's hurting, the business also, or helping?
What did you say?
Has distilleries hurt the business?
Oh, I don't think so.
No. It hadn't hurt me.
Well, that's good.
Everybody has, different tastes for things that they like.
Right.
It's interesting to go to the distilleries. We've done the Bourbon Trail. We have a lot of friends that own distilleries, and we like to go and visit with them, and they take a lot of pride in their work, too. So.
But we got to give them a hard time.
Right.
Nothing tastes good in Tennessee.
Yeah. That's the truth.
Well, what's neutral grain spirits, and what's it used for?
A neutral grain spirit would probably be what you would make your flavors out of.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like your apple pies and raspberry or blueberry and things of that nature. That way it don't clash with a rye taste or a corn taste.
There's no taste to it. It's just alcohol.
Right.
Oh, okay. Well, in y'all's opinion, what did Popcorn Sutton, mean to moonshiners and to you all in the entire business?
I think the documentary that he made is what kicked the moonshine craze off.
Right.
I mean, moonshine was about dead until he did that.
Right.
And it's been, for the last 10 or 15 years, it's been one of the biggest things going.
Right. I actually didn't know who Popcorn Sutton was till probably a year or two before he died.
Okay. Well, what do you think's so special about him? Is it just because of the documentary, or is there anything other?
That and Popcorn Sutton didn't give a damn. I mean,
he done it his own way.
He done it his own way. He would have the steel in the back of his truck, and he'd hit the middle of town, and he'd give out samples. And he thought once he paid taxes on he made his liquor with, then nobody could touch him. And that's actually what got him busted.
Uh-huh. Are y'all there? Oh, there you go.
You think that ain't worth drinking? That's what he told me.
Yeah. He kind of got where he could cheer.
Yeah. I never
Well,
did meet him, but I met his wife. Met JB.
Well, is there anything else about the moonshine business or what you all do that I might have missed? Because the next question is going to be more of, because this is what, the outlaw, I kind of got, she want, ask her a few questions about, strange things happening while you're all out in the woods at night, and, see if y'all had any experiences like that.
I would say yes, I have. I've seen things that cannot be explained. I've been chased by orbs. I've seen family members that's passed on, and some people say, "Oh, you're full of crap," and they don't believe in this and that. But I've been there and done that. And I got the T-shirt.
Remember when we was at Richie's house, all the orbs that was there?
Yeah.
That'd be a lot of scenes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They was everywhere there. They'd be little streaks of light. I mean, it just everywhere. You could take a picture and it would show up, wouldn't it?
Yeah. They're talking about a friend of ours that's another moonshiner. We were at his house for a gathering.
In Tennessee, of all places.
Oh, my God.
It was a UFO, and you had on a John Deere hat.
Well, the reason why I ask, I know a lot of people kind of give me hell because where I'm in the paranormal, and when I was growing up, I used to go up in the mountains all the time, and that's where I stayed, and I would see things. And, I'd come home and tell Dad, I'm like, there's an old man that was following me on the other side of the ridge. And he's done this every time I went up there for, say, a week or so. And he's like, well, tell me what he looked like. And I tell him, and he's like, well, that was old man Horton. He died like 30 years ago, son. And I'm like, I've seen him. And, he said, well, if you see him again, holler at him. And the next time I went up there, I seen him, and I hollered at him, and smiled at me, and he waved, and he disappeared right in front of me. And I came up out pretty damn quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been through the same thing. I sure have.
See, I don't think you're crazy. I mean, and I'm sure you all heard, your grandparents or your great uncles or parents or uncles and aunts, all talking about stuff that they seen and heard. But when you confront them when you're older, I don't know what you're talking about. They want to tell you when you're a kid, but they don't want to tell you shit when you're older.
Right.
So, Teresa, have you had anything like that happen to you?
Not really. I guess the only thing that's ever really struck me as unexplainable was I had a brother that was killed in a car accident back in 1994. He's my only sibling. And one night I was driving by where he wrecked. And we never did know for sure what caused him to wreck. He was driving a truck. It was late at night. And he was killed instantly when his truck ran off the road. And I was driving by where he wrecked one night, and I just said out loud, "What happened to you that night?" And in that instant, I had a blowout on my car in the very place where he wrecked. So that kind of answered that question, was that he had a blowout on his truck that night, and that's what caused him to wreck.
Wow.
Didn't really have anything, we just didn't really know for sure what happened, but that kind of did the explanation for me. And that's really the only experience I've ever had that made me think there was something, unexplainable there.
Well, what about you, Van? Have you had anything out in the woods or any experiences?
Yeah, I've seen my dad and my grandfather after they passed away. I've been chased through the woods by orbs. Yeah, I've seen a lot of strange things, and I still can't explain to people really what I saw without them thinking I was crazy.
Yeah, it's really hard here in the Bible Belt. I mean, my family, they're all big Christians and Pentecostal holiness and all that. And when I got started in this, one of my uncles, after my grandmother passed away, he's the one who played me a recording with some EVPs, and he told me, he said, your daddy told me that you used to see stuff when you was a kid. I'm like, yeah, why? And he's like, well, won't you, start up a group or something around here? There's plenty of places people have got all kinds of stories, and see if you can find anything. And I've been doing it for 11 years now, and I've seen some things and heard some things and felt some things that it's like, there's something. I don't know what it is, but there's something.
Yep, there's something out there, buddy. I can tell you that.
Yep, there sure is. Well, I won't keep y'all any longer. I do appreciate y'all coming on the show, man. I've had a blast.
We're glad to be on there.
Thank you for having us.
Anytime if I didn't run you off, because I'm so close to Tennessee, if y'all ever want to come back on the show, man, I'd be more than happy to have you on. We can shoot the shit some more.
Wow, yeah.
Sounds great, man.
Anytime.
Hey, I was going to mention one thing to y'all. We have a Phantom Fest on November 2nd at Lebanon, Virginia, at the conference center down there. If y'all would like to come, I know the Outlaw says she might come down. Y'all more than welcome. Come down and see us weirdos.
Well, we'll just have to see what's going on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, do y'all have any? Yeah, because we got speakers from it's gonna be from Oregon, Washington, New York. Then it ain't just paranormal. It's ancient civilizations, UFOs, Bigfoot, painters, artists. It's just all kinds of people. I just mixing it all in. And people dressed up. I like that. I like the women that don't really wear much clothing. I don't know why. I don't know why I like that so much.
Yeah, they probably have
I'm like, man, it's awful chilly for you just to have a thong on here. Let me here. You need some warmth from a big man. Well, before y'all go real quick, y'all got any plans, for the rest of 2019 or any projects that y'all working on that y'all can discuss?
Nope.
That's the simplest answer you guys ever gave me. Nope. Hell no. Damn. Y'all really need to come up here and hang out, or I'm gonna sneak up on y'all one of y'all's events and be like, "Hey, I'm Rodney." And y'all be like, "Oh God, they let Tennessean in here." Well, do y'all have a website or anything if you want people to contact you if they got any questions, thoughts, comments, and so forth, or that's going to be a note too?
Donnie and I have a Facebook page, Moonshiners, Donnie and Teresa, Fatal Hillbillies. You can follow us on that Facebook page. Van has his Facebook page, Living Proof.
And Shiner from Carolina. So y'all hit those pages up and check us out and keep up with what's going on.
That sounds great. I appreciate all 4 of you all for coming on the show. That was a special treat for me, and y'all can get out of the car now and run back to the cabin.
No, it's still raining.
Yeah, it's still raining. We're not stuck here for the night.
I'll melt if I get out. I know about all that.
Take y'all. Hey, well, you all have a great night. Thank y'all so much for coming on the show. I've had a great time.
Thank you, and we appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Hey, y'all have a good night, and try to get dry and get in the house.
All right.
Good night.
Night, y'all. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, I want to thank Teresa and Donnie and Van, and I think her name was Tammy. If it's not Tammy, I apologize for coming on the show. We have nothing but respect for all of y'all and all the hard work that y'all are doing. We welcome you back anytime. Love to have y'all back. This was a blast. I had a great time. Our guest for next Thursday night, May 23rd, will be vocalist, writer, poet, and published author Frog Corpse. So everybody have a good weekend and have a good night, and thanks so much. That's it for us tonight. I want to thank everyone that took the time to listen in. I'd like to give a big shout out to the Vibe Radio Network and to Ryan for putting up with us. Also to all the first responders and our men and women in the armed services. Thank you for your service and the sacrifices that you and your families make every day to keep our great nation safe. Tune in next week to another exciting show starting at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Everyone can go to our Facebook page Within the Chaos, and don't forget to like our page to see upcoming guests along with past shows, postings, or you can also go to my website at www.blackdiamondps.org or blogtalkradio.com/Vibe Radio Network. Also, we have a YouTube channel, so go to YouTube, look up Within the Chaos for past shows. Thanks again. Until next week, everyone have a safe weekend and have a good night. And love you all. Be careful out there.
I'm sorry, but I don't want to be an emperor. That's not my business. I don't want to rule or conquer anyone. I should like to help everyone if possible. Jew, Gentile, black man, white. We all want to help one another. Human beings are like that. We want to live by each other's happiness, not by each other's misery. We don't want to hate and despise one another. In this world, there's room for everyone, and the good earth is rich and can provide for everyone. The way of life can be free and beautiful, but we have lost the way. Greed has poisoned men's souls, has barricaded the world with hate, has goose-stepped us into misery and bloodshed. We have developed speed, but we have shut ourselves in. Machinery that gives abundance has left us in want. Our knowledge has made us cynical, our cleverness hard and unkind. We think too much and feel too little. More than machinery, we need humanity. More than cleverness, we need kindness and gentleness. Without these qualities, life will be violent and all will be lost. The aeroplane and the radio have brought us closer together. The very nature of these inventions cries out for the goodness in men, cries out for universal brotherhood, for the unity of us all. Even now, my voice is reaching millions throughout the world, millions of despairing men, women, and little children, victims of a system that makes men torture and imprison innocent people. To those who can hear me, I say, do not despair. The misery that is now upon us is but the passing of greed, the bitterness of men who fear the way of human progress. The hate of men will pass, and dictators die, and the power they took from the people will return to the people. And so long as men die, liberty will never perish. Soldiers, don't give yourselves to brutes, men who despise you, enslave you, who regiment your lives, tell you what to do, what to think, or what to feel, who drill you, diet you, treat you like cattle, use you as cannon fodder. Don't give yourselves to these unnatural men with machine minds and machine hearts. You are not machines, you are not cattle, you are men. You have the love of humanity in your hearts. You don't hate, only the unloved hate, the unloved and the unnatural. Soldiers, don't fight for slavery, fight for liberty. In the 17th chapter of St. Luke it is written, the kingdom of God is within man, not one man nor a group of men, but in all men, in you. You, the people, have the power to create machines, the power to create happiness. You, the people, have the power to make this life free and beautiful, to make this life a wonderful adventure. Then in the name of democracy, let us use that power. Let us all unite. Let us fight for a new world, a decent world, that will give men a chance to work, that will give youth a future and old age a security. By the promise of these things, brutes have risen to power, but they lie. They do not fulfill that promise. They never will. Dictators free themselves, but they enslave the people. Now let us fight to fulfill that promise. Let us fight to free the world, to do away with national barriers, to do away with greed, with hate and intolerance. Let us fight for a world of reason, a world where science and progress will lead to all men's happiness. Soldiers, in the name of democracy, let us all unite!